Hey guys, it's sweltering hot in this shed, and all I have is God, to pray to, and water, and my little air conditioner that isn't really working that well. I gotta stay hydrated. Anyways, I wanted to do a video. My eyes are just opening more and more, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. It's not just about the end of days, okay? It's about something that really needs to be brought to light, okay? Basically, I was in front of Circle K the other night, and yeah, I'm Christian, but I don't have it all out on me saying, hi, I'm Christian, and an arrow pointing to me. But 2 times in the past week, I've had people that didn't know me very well at all come up to me and completely, we're talking not just belittle me, but completely just blow me away. And I don't know if it was God testing me, but the first guy came and just attacked me. And what did I end up doing? I said, what is wrong with you? Shame on you. And I ran back to my shed, and I just cried and cried and cried. It wasn't about being strong. It just, an overwhelming sense of sadness came over me. The second thing that happened was just this past week at Circle K. Like I said, I don't have these arrows sorry, I got black here. I don't have all these arrows pointing at me saying Christian or I'm a Christian or whatever, unless I wear my cross. The point I'm trying to make is I'm not outwardly about it, but maybe my disposition, my demeanor lately has been outwardly about it. Because I am a warrior of God, and I want you guys to know that. My whole life I've been training for this very, very special purpose, and I thought God had forgotten me, but guys, I'm the chosen one. I'll tell you why. Gosh, I feel so happy about this. I really do. Anyway, this guy came up to me and he proceeded to say, so where's your Jesus now? And what did Jesus ever do for you? Look at the life you lived. Look at all you lost. I'm thinking, this guy doesn't even know me. How does he know all this? I'm going to tell you guys something, that Jesus and God are very prevalent in this world, but so is Satan and a third of his angels, okay? They weren't cast down into hell like you think, okay? And that's something I'm going to discuss in this video for you. Something that's been brought to light for me. And I don't expect any of you to really understand this, but it's what I believe, and it's what I need to preach about. It's what God put heavy upon my heart, and it's what I'm going to do. Okay. So when this guy came up to me and attacked me, and he said, "Hail Satan," I was like, whoa. And I remember me getting so angry and just going right up to that guy and going, Jesus suffered, died, and was buried. Jesus died on a cross for you. Jesus died for you, for your sins. How dare you? Have you ever seen The Passion of the Christ? And he wasn't the only one. Oh, actually, a third thing happened. Another guy who I had taken the time, given some shorts to, given some shoes, some soap, cleaned him up so that he looked good, felt good about himself. It backfired. He walked 20 feet in front of me like he was too good to be seen with me. But it made me smile because I was like, good, he feels good about himself. But then when I got up to Circle K, again, everything seems to center around Circle K. But as we got up there, he's like, you want to know? I'm going to say something that's really going to upset you. And I said, go ahead, say it. What are you going to say? It's not going to upset me. You're entitled to your opinion. And as a Christian, I'm going to tell you guys, anything that anybody says, if they want to say the world's flat and they want to believe that, go ahead. I mean, we can sit here and try to dispel them or shoot down their theories or their thoughts, but they're going to believe what they want to. But anyway, he said, I'm going to say something that's going to upset you. And I said, what? Say it. He said, the only thing good about your Jesus is that he was nailed to a cross. And I was like, whoa, really? I said, you know what? He had a crown of thorns placed on his head. He was beat. I mean, not just beat, he was flogged to the point of blood upon blood. I mean, just scars. Have you seen The Passion of the Christ? He said, no. I said, I've seen that movie once and I will not see it again. The suffering that Jesus had to endure was beyond anyone can ever comprehend or imagine. It's beyond comprehension. And to think about it, guys, okay? When you're in surgery, they do anesthesia, or after you have a baby, I had a C-section, and they put a pain pump in you, and you can press it. You can press that button to release to release pain relief, from whatever medicine they have in there. Jesus, with the snap of his fingers, could have called down a league of angels to help him. And he didn't. He suffered. He took up that cross. And he suffered for you, for me. So when the guy said that about Jesus, I said, you know what? I will say that does upset me, but you know what? Forgive him, Lord, for he knows not what he says. I told him. I said, you know what? All of this that I've seen is just showing me what God had planned for me for a very long time. Since a very young age, I couldn't understand why I never fit in. In school, I didn't fit in. Anywhere I ever went, I didn't fit in. I still don't to this day. But it's okay, because I wasn't meant to, guys. I have a very, very special gift. God has a very special plan for me. I wasn't meant to get married or be with a guy or even have my children, guys. I lost both my children. My parents don't want anything to do with me. I lost everything that ever mattered to me in my life. But again, and in every worldly possession as well. Because God was trying to show me something. He wanted me to take up that sword and be his spiritual warrior. And that's what this video is going to be about today. About what I'd like to share with you guys today. And I really don't care if you guys think I'm crazy off my rocker. This is what God told me to share with you guys, okay? And again, it may be just my belief, but I'd like to share it with you. Okay? So as we know, everybody's been talking about the end of times for a really, really long time, okay? But it's coming quicker than you guys even think, okay? We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, okay? We're fighting against principalities and powers, against evil, good and evil, okay? Now, let me explain something to you, okay? Everybody thinks there's a heaven up here and a hell down below, okay? I don't think it was that way, okay? Or I don't think it is that way, okay? Now, if you look at Genesis, in the beginning of Genesis, it talks about there being two heavens. I have it written down here somewhere. Where do I have it down here? Anyway, I just know that in Genesis it talks about there being... excuse me, guys. I thought I had it written down here. I do, sorry. Genesis 1:1. Sorry about that brain fart. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The heavens and the earth. You don't hear God created the heaven and the earth. You hear God created the heavens and the earth. But then if you read on further in the Bible, and you come to Paul, and you come to 2 Corinthians 12:2-4, and Paul talks about somebody from earth who actually came to the third heaven. So, okay, or came to the third heaven. So if there's a third heaven, there's got to be a first and a second, right, guys? Because how could there be three without a one and a two? Look, it's right there in the Bible, guys. Read it, okay? So, in my opinion, the first heaven is the stars, the sun, the moon. That's what we see, okay? And then the second heaven is... Okay. Try to explain this to everybody. So, Satan and a third of the angels were cast out of heaven. Okay, that heaven is third heaven. The realm where God and Jesus and all the Satan, the angels are, okay? That's the third heaven. That's the Most High. I believe that Satan was cast down to the second. Either the second or the first, but as you guys can see, everyone thinks that hell is something like way far below us and that it's invisible. No. Satan and his league of demons plague this very earth. I mean, and it's gotten so bad, guys. And even being in the shed, there's a reason why I'm in the shed, okay, guys? It's not just because I want to be homeless and I want to live this way and be hot. I'm fighting a lot of things. Just like when Jesus went into the desert for 40 days. This is basically like whatever. 40 days, 40 months, 40 years, whatever you want to call it. I've battled a lot of things in this shed that I'm not ready to talk about yet. But I will say that I am so glad that I waited this out, because I was so frustrated with God, guys. I was like, here I am living in an alleyway. Here I am, lost my children, lost everything. I've been shot, stabbed, drugged, raped, kicked into a moving car. You guys, I even committed suicide in jail. And they brought me back with those paddles. I mean, and let me tell you, when they bring you back, you actually defecate upon yourself, so it's not all that great. But anyway, yes, I don't know. I can't say that I died and went to heaven or hell, because all I remember is, it became dark slowly, and I was going through a tunnel, but I was going backwards, and it was very warm, very loving. So they say when you kill yourself, you go to hell, but I don't know. I didn't feel like I was going to hell, but I'm not saying that, that justifies everybody to go out there and kill themselves, but, I mean, how are people to say that anyway? I mean, look at a lot of people out there who've lost, family members, to suicide. We don't know where they're going. Only God knows where they're going. So anyway, beyond all that, I know that God, now I realize all this loss, all this torture, all this suffering that I've gone through, the loneliness that I felt, the abandonment, because I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't think any of you out there have ever felt as alone as I have. I don't know, forgive me if I say so, but everybody out there, I see you on Facebook. You have your kids, you have your boyfriend, your husband, or your wife, or your dog. But you know what? These are not tears of joy. I mean, of tears of sadness. These are tears of joy, is what I meant to say. That was a Freudian slip. Kevin, you were right. God has a very special plan for me, and that's my pastor from the church. He told me to write everything down, and that's what I've been doing. He's a very wise prophet, and he is one that knows. Some of us are called to be prophets. Some of us are called to be messengers. And some of us are called to be warriors for God. And he's not going to have apostles when he comes. He's going to have warriors, soldiers that are there to fight to the very death. And I will die for my Jesus, because Jesus has been the only one who's been there for me. So anyway, hopefully I've explained a little bit of that. That's just the beginning of the things that I've been shown, and things that I'm seeing, and things that my eyes are slowly beginning to open up to. Is there's going to be a very, very... the battle that we are about to face, guys, there's not even words for it. It's going to be the battle of all battles. And I'm ready. I just hope you guys are. And you don't have to be a warrior like me, a soldier like me. And I pray that none of you will have to deal with what I'm going to have to deal with. Because I'm telling you, God tests people, and I realize this from the very beginning. It's like hundreds of thousands of people get tested, and most people fall out. Like, okay, their husband divorces them, so they fall out. They can't be a soldier of God, and that doesn't make them any less or better of a person. It just means they're not going to have that special job. And everyone's like, oh, you want a special job, or you want this special job for God where you're just like, a spiritual warrior? Yes, I do. And I don't expect any of you to understand that. And if you want to call me crazy, call me whatever you want. I really don't care what all of you think. I am doing this because God told me to do this. And what you guys think of me is neither here nor there. So anyway, you guys all know me. All of you out there, or think you may know me. I don't have a mean bone in my body. For any of you out there who've had any amount of time with me, you should know that. But, I'm human, and to be human is to err. I've sinned, I'm not Jesus, okay? But just please, guys, wake up before it's too late, because all of us have a very special plan. We all have a very special part that we need to play at the end of times. It's coming real soon. So will you be ready? I hope so. And until next time, this is Jordan, signing out for Jordan's Journey. Have a great night.